What if every alien in UFO lore had a dating profile? The Greys are emotionally unavailable, the Nordics are suspiciously perfect, the reptilians are walking red flags, the mantids stare into your soul like they already read your childhood trauma, and the men in black CAC buoy till they don't text back. They don't text back. They just appear. This is not a guide to real aliens. It's a guide to the alien types humans keep inventing, fearing, worshipping, and flirting with in the dark corners of UFO culture. Welcome to Cosmic Match, the dating guide to every alien archetype in UFO lore. From 1950s contactee stories to abduction reports, ancient astronaut theories, pulp science fiction, internet conspiracies, and modern New Age lore, alien types became more than monsters from space. They became personalities. Some promise enlightenment, some promise genetic experiments, some promise galactic love and then absolutely ruin your life. 12 archetypes, 12 red flags, one cosmic dating pool. Meet the Grey. Small body, huge head, black almond eyes. In modern UFO culture, this is the default alien. The face on every paperback cover. The face in every blurry abduction sketch. The image locked in after September 19, 1961. That night, Betty and Barney Hill were driving home from Niagara Falls. Under hypnosis, they described short gray beings, a medical examination, a star map. Their story became the template for everything that followed. Some claimants place the Greys at Zeta Reticuli. That's a binary star system in the southern sky. Betty Hill drew it from memory. Their dating profile reads, looking for a human specimen with flexible boundaries, no plans after midnight. Meet the Nordic. Tall, luminous, disturbingly serene. In some traditions, they're called Pleiadians, supposedly from the open star cluster in Taurus. The archetype goes back to George Adamski. In November 1952, Adamski claimed to meet a human-like visitor in the California desert. The visitor's name was Orthon. Orthon warned humanity about nuclear weapons. Then he left. The Nordic archetype comes with baggage. Older versions leaned hard into blonde, superior being imagery, an idea with a deeply ugly history. We're playing them as cosmic idealists, not as racial fantasy. Their profile seeking spiritually mature earthling for telepathy, mountain retreats, and non-possessive companionship. Meet the reptilian. In conspiracy mythology and pulp science fiction, they're shapeshifters, infiltrators, cold-blooded rulers hiding behind human institutions. Serpent people are an old idea. Lovecraft wrote about them in the 1920s. Howard wrote about them a few years later. The modern conspiracy version belongs to one writer, David Icke. Starting with the biggest secret in 1999, Icke claimed reptilian beings secretly control royalty, banking, and government. None of that is true, but the archetype is sticky. It lets the believer name a single villain for every diffuse fear they have about power. Their profile, seeking warm-blooded companion, must enjoy secrecy, underground bases, and power structures. Meet the mantid. Tall, insect-like, triangular head, long folded forearms. In abduction experiencer accounts, mantids are described as calm overseers. Sometimes they stand behind the Greys, watching, coordinating. This is the version collected by researchers like John Mack and Linda Moulton Howe in the 1990s. Almost monastic, the accounts say, surgeon and priest in the same body. Their profile, deep listener, excellent eye contact, too many elbows. Meet the tall white. Pale, elongated, military-adjacent, human-like beings. Less space angel, more interstellar embassy staff. The archetype belongs to one writer, Charles Hall. Hall was a U.S. Air Force weather observer. He claimed to have worked with tall whites at the Nellis Test Range in the 1960s. His 3-volume memoir is the entire canon. Their dating profile, discretion required. Do not ask what happened near the dry lake bed. Meet the Venusian. Before Greys dominated, the 1950s gave us the Space Brothers. Beautiful, peaceful, suspiciously well lit. The story starts in November 1952 with George Adamski in the California desert. Then Howard Menger in 1956. Then Truman Bethurem, who said he met a Venusian space captain named Ora Raines outside Mormon Mesa, Nevada. Then NASA discovered that real Venus is hot enough to melt lead. The Space Brothers quietly relocated to the Pleiades, harder to check. Their profile, looking for peace-minded Earthling. Interests include telepathy, desert walks, and ending nuclear testing. Meet the Anunnaki. In actual Mesopotamian religion, the Anunnaki are a class of ancient gods, not aliens. They appear in cuneiform tablets from Sumer and Akkad 3,000 to 5,000 years ago. Names like Enki, Enlil, and Inanna In 1976, a writer named Zecharia Sitchin published The 12th Planet. Sitchin claimed the Anunnaki were not gods. He said they were visitors from a hidden planet called Nibiru, and that they engineered humans as a labor force. Mainstream Sumerologists reject all of this, but it became the template for modern ancient astronaut media. Their dating profile, seeking consort, priestess, or royal advisor, must appreciate gold and dynastic continuity. Meet the Arcturian. Arcturians belong to the New Age and starseed traditions. Healers, guides, high-frequency counselors from Arcturus. Arcturus is the orange giant in Butates, fourth brightest star in the sky. Edgar Cayce mentioned Arcturus in his channeling sessions in the 1930s. Norman Milanovich's 1990 book, We the Arcturians, turned them into a full New Age character. They're the alien who asks about your childhood trauma before the appetizers arrive. Their profile, seeking soul-mind connection, must be open to breathwork, light codes, and processing inherited Earth trauma. Meet the Sirian. Sirians are another starseed archetype, tied to Sirius, the brightest star in the night sky. The lore borrows heavily from a 1950s claim about the Dogon people of Mali. The Dogon were said to possess unexplained knowledge of Sirius B, that's the faint companion to the bright star we see. Later researchers argued the claim was contaminated by earlier European visits. The alien-Sirian connection stuck anyway. Their profile, ocean soul from the dog star, loves deep conversations and literal depth. Meet the man in black. Maybe government, maybe alien, maybe folklore wearing sunglasses. In 1953, a New Jersey man named Albert Bender claims 3 men in dark suits visited his home. They told him to stop publishing his UFO newsletter. He did. 3 years later, his publisher Gray Barker turned the story into a book. The Men in Black became permanent UFO folklore. The Men in Black became permanent UFO folklore. John Keel later wrote that the Men in Black showed up around the Mothman sightings, West Virginia, 1966, asking strange questions, driving impossible cars, disappearing. Their dating profile is fully redacted. Meet the Martian, the old-school alien. Before space probes, Mars belonged to the imagination. Percival Lowell was an actual astronomer. He spent the 1890s convinced he was seeing canals on Mars. He wasn't. But the canals seeded 100 years of fiction. H.G. Wells turned Martians into invaders in 1898. Edgar Rice Burroughs gave them princesses and sword fights. Ray Bradbury made them tragic exiles in 1950. Then NASA arrived and replaced all of it with a cold, red desert. Their profile, recently relocated from a dying world, seeking Earthling with breathable atmosphere and patience for imperial trauma. Meet the light being. No body, just consciousness. Light beings appear across spiritual contact stories, near-death narratives, and science fiction. Edgar Cayce's readings touched on them in the 1930s. In 1984, a contactee named Daryl Anka began channeling a non-corporeal entity. It called itself Bashar. The modern light being archetype gelled around it. These beings solve a particular problem. If aliens are too advanced to look like us, maybe they don't look like us and maybe they don't look like anything at all. Their profile, no body, no baggage. Open to long distance across dimensions. So what does this alien dating guide actually reveal? Not who's out there, what we keep projecting into the sky. Grays reflect the fear of being studied. Nordics reflect the desire to be guided. Reptilians reflect our distrust of power. Mantids reflect our awe of intelligence without warmth. Anunnaki reflect the old dream that gods came from above. Light beings reflect the hope that consciousness outlives the body. Every alien's hype is a mirror. The dating profile is just the joke that makes the mirror easier to look at. So the question isn't which aliens are real, the question is, why did humans imagine these ones first? If you want the full field guide, the cosmic match quiz, and every red flag, it's all at alien.net.